What comes after 69? Mouthwash. Ayo. What up, YouTube? Let's here. Thanks again for visiting the channel. As always, I appreciate it. If this is your first time to the channel, thanks so much for watching. Please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button just for the algorithm. And if you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. Real quick, if you would like to send him some knives for review, here's my email address, letsdiu79@gmail.com. Just go ahead and send me an email letting me know, and I will give you my shipping address so that you can send anything you'd like for review, which I will do, and then promptly send it back to you. Also, this review today brought to you by the incomparable Pete Kottmeyer. If you'd be so kind as to follow him on Instagram, I'd appreciate that. He's been supporting the channel for a little while. I'd really appreciate it if you would support him and give his channel a follow, or give his account on Instagram a follow real quick. Only takes a second. PETERKOTTMEIER. And today we're going to be doing a quick review on the KNIVES Chimera. So let's do it up, y'all. This guy is 8.75 inches overall. Actually, just a hair over 8.75 inches overall. Blade length of just under 4 inches, a hair under 4 inches. Cutting edge of 3.75 inches. And a handle length just shy of 5 inches. Quick size comparisons here. We're going to go up against the Rat Model 1, which is going to be just a hair shorter. The Rat Model 2, obviously, is going to be quite a bit shorter than the Chimera. It's a pretty decent sized knife, if you ask me. Next are the DEMKO knives. DEMKO 8020S is obviously going to be just a hair smaller. Well, a little bit more than a hair. A couple of hairs smaller. And the 8020.5 obviously is going to be quite a bit smaller than the Chimera. Last but certainly not least, the SPYDERCO knives. SPYDERCO Paramilitary 2. This guy is going to be just a little bit smaller than the Chimera as well. And last but certainly not least, didn't I just say that? I did just say that. I apologize. The Para 3 is going to be quite a bit smaller than the Chimera. Carry profile. Let's get these guys closed real quick. And as you can see, when they're closed, the Paramilitary 2 is just a little bit shorter than the Chimera, and the Para 3 is quite a bit shorter. Thickness compared to the Paramilitary 2, the Chimera is going to be just a little bit thicker than the Para 3. And height on this guy, see if we can get the highest point on the knife here, nowhere near as tall as the Para 3. Okay, beautiful. All right, first things first. This guy's running with, this guy is utilizing S35VN blade steel. Excuse me. And let's get a quick, oh, I forgot about the blade stock. I'm an idiot. Let's do the blade stock real quick. Can I get a thickness? Okay, we are looking at, that doesn't look right at all. Nope, something's wrong there. I believe, let me just reset this guy just to be safe. There we go. I think that's what I did wrong. Okay, one more time. And I'm a little too high. No, that's not right either. Guys, it looks like I'm having a stroke here or something. I don't know exactly what's happening. But, let me see. I think we're around 150 thousandths on this guy. I'm not positive about that, but I'm pretty sure we're around 150 thousandths on this guy for blade stock thickness. Let's get a quick weight on it. I'm not sure what's going on with my calipers. I might need to get a new set. I don't know. Okay, 5.1 ounces. That sounds about right. Okay, now we can go with the blade steel. Blade steel is S35VN, which is, as you guys know, I consider to be an awesome blade steel. I really wish they utilized it more. But everybody's in love with M390 these days, so everybody uses M390 for just about everything above $150 or $200. There is no blade play left, right, up, or down with this knife at all. Let's check a quick balance on this guy. The balance is a little further back because of the titanium handle here, but it's not too far behind the pivot, so that's pretty good balance. And centering on this guy, I believe, is absolutely perfect. Yeah, perfect centering. That looks pretty good. The blade here, we're looking at I'm going to call this a clip point blade with a flat grind. You got a little bit of belly here on the bottom. There is a fuller here that carries out almost all the way to the tip, about 90% the length of the blade. And I don't know if you can call this a swedge. It's kind of just the same grind, and that carries out to about 70% the length of the blade. And there is another swedge here about halfway down the blade that carries out all the way to the tip. I kind of feel like I want to call this a Persian style blade, but I don't know necessarily if this is a Persian style blade, but I do know that I'm going to call that a clip point. The hardware on this guy, you're looking at T8s for everything, completely surrounded by T8s, which is fantastic. At least they didn't put T6s on this guy. That would have sucked. And the pocket clip is also a T8, and the steel lock bar insert also is a T8. We are looking at titanium scales, which are milled out all the way around. Quite a bit of milling on this knife. There is a milled backspacer, which also has a lanyard hole milled into it for you lanyard people out there. And there is a milled titanium pocket clip here as well. That has a little bit of milling on the top just to give it a little bit of pizzazz, I guess you would say. I kind of was wondering when I got this guy, like what this is all about. I didn't know if this was supposed to look like maybe cracked titanium or thorns or maybe teeth on the knife, but the more I look at it, if you've just got a flat titanium scale here, it's kind of boring, So I think they just did all this stuff here, the holes and the little anime winky things there, these little milling lines here and all this stuff. I think it's just to give the knife a little bit of character, just to make it stand out a little bit more, which I think they did very, very well. It's not exactly super busy, but there is quite a bit of stuff to look at on the knife, and it makes it very, very interesting in my humble opinion. We are running obviously on bearings here. I say obviously because you can see that this guy just drops straight down. I mean, the action on this thing is absolutely fantastic. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Watch this. Okay, here we go, here we go. Oh, there we go, and it falls. And this thing is just great. It doesn't need any encouragement whatsoever, and it just falls straight back down into the handle. It's absolutely fantastic. I love it. The ergonomics on this guy, I mean, I don't have any words. I mean, the ergonomics on this knife are absolutely spectacular. It's hand melting. Whether you're using the standard hammer grip, you can get, obviously a full 4-finger grip on this guy. You've got a nice swoop down here where you can put your thumb. If you choose to choke up, there absolutely is a functional forward finger choil here that I can fit my finger into. So if I can fit my sausage fingers in here, anybody else should be able to. You can also use this little swoop down here to place your thumb. That's very, very comfortable there. Or you can move your thumb up here to this other little swedge on the blade, and it's very, very comfortable there as well. There's no hot spots at all that I can feel on this knife. Even when I'm gripping it as tight as I possibly can, I'm not really feeling this pocket clip at all. And I think that's just because it's a flat pocket clip with a little bit of a swoop to it. So that helps it to just fit right inside your hand here a little bit. And the way they have these grooves milled into the titanium, especially with the aggressive chamfering they have all over this guy, makes it very, very comfortable. This is a good knife for, draw cuts. You can get a good pinch grip on this guy. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. As you've seen a couple of times, the detent on this guy is tuned absolutely perfectly. You can do a light switch on it. Comes straight out. You can do a push button, comes out just as easily. The titanium frame lock here is very, very easy to disengage. And as you can see here, the show side scale is milled down just a little bit lower here so that you can get access to that lock bar. There is no scalloping here on the inside of the lock bar, but as I said, it's a little bit higher on the lock side, so it's very, very easy to get to. There's no lock stick on this knife whatsoever. The disengagement is very, very easy. The ergos are fantastic. There is a little bit of jimping, just a tiny, tiny little bit right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't know if I can do this without cutting myself. Try to get a good, there we go. So you can see just a little bit of jimping here on the spine of the blade, and I don't really see any jimping anywhere else. Not that it needs it at all. It looks like there is maybe a little bit of what you may call jimping here on the backspacer, but I don't really think that's jimping. I think that's more for just aesthetic value. And it looks absolutely fantastic. I'll see if I can get you a close-up of the knife here all the way down. You can see these milling lines here on the bottom, the milled out holes on the top of the handle, and then you've got a couple of lines milled right here. You've got your WE symbol right there, and then this beautiful, beautiful flat ground blade. Stonewash looks absolutely stunning. I'm a big fan of the stonewash for sure. There is a little bit more jimping down on the flipper tab, and you've also got, if I can get this to focus, the S35 VN is written down here on the bottom of the top of the flipper tab, I guess you would call it. It's a little too small to be seen, but I think I'm getting it to focus enough for you guys to see it. So yeah, that definitely is S35 VN. And as you can see, just superior action on this blade. Falls directly back down into the handle when you disengage it. I'm not sure if I said or not that there's no lock stick on this knife at all. This isn't something that I would necessarily define as a hard use knife. This is definitely more of a light to medium use knife. And it's not that expensive. I think it was around $250 or $260, something like that when it came out. But unfortunately, you have to get this guy on the secondary market. It is not currently available anywhere other than eBay, if it's available there. I didn't look too hard. Another thing I like about this knife is the way they did the the relief cutout for the lock bar. I definitely like having a little bit of titanium on the inside just to give it a little bit more character. Like I said, it doesn't really affect anything, but I like the way it looks better. I think that Pete said he's going to be Cerakoting this knife, both the blade and the handle, when he gets it back. And I definitely think that that's not a horrible idea. I think it looks good with just raw titanium, but I think a little bit of color would definitely help this knife. Not that it needs a whole lot of help at all to begin with. Definitely a good looking knife, definitely a good functioning knife. This is certainly a knife that I would purchase if it were, out and available right now for sure. I can't think of anything else to say about this guy, but I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Stay up, y'all. Take it easy. Bye.